Hey, boss. Hey, how are you today? It's your girl, LaShonda Henry here, aka Sister Sense. Always excited to share things you can do to work on your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too, with strategy and intention. So, we are going to continue the content to cash flow conversation. Today, I specifically want to talk to you about the top 5 content to cash flow tools that I use, and something really interesting about these tools that I think you should know that honestly can help you grow. Now, before I get started with the tools conversation, I want to actually share this message that I wrote and posted on social media at Sister Sense today, if that's okay with you. But don't forget, make sure that you share this out, tag some business besties who want to learn about some things they can do to work on their content to cash flow goals, number 2. And make sure that you put into the comment box hashtag replays rock if you catch me on the replays side. So here's something that I want you to know, okay, when it comes to being consistent, working on your content, and also your cash flow goals. Okay, so I posted this today. Get out of your head. 99.9% of productivity challenge entrepreneurs struggle because they spend 99.9% of their time overthinking and underperforming. If that's you, raise your hand, let me know. If you were, because I think I've done this on some level when I think about the clients that I've worked with over the last 2 decades. If you were to poll a group of successful entrepreneurs, I think that I can almost guarantee most of them will tell you that they've mastered the art of quickly making decisions and then doing the work, right? A lot of times, entrepreneurs who struggle, they struggle with decision making, right? And then taking a lot of the plans that they have in their head that they're excited about and putting them into action. I personally am most productive when I think about what I want to accomplish and I just do it, right? But I am least productive when I get lost in negative self talk, inner conversations that lead to delay and distractions versus just simply working towards figuring things out and taking action. Truth be told, when you're determined to do a thing, you can power through distractions and get it done relatively quickly, right? But when your mind is full of fear, fatigue, frustration, or worry about what others will think or what could possibly go wrong, you'll find yourself procrastinating, right? Taking months or even years to do things that you should honestly be able to accomplish in shorter periods of time, right? So the 99.9% of entrepreneurs who struggle with productivity, it's because a lot of times we are thinking this thing is way harder than it needs to be, especially when it comes to tools, right? A lot of people find that there are certain tools that they absolutely need, and when they get them, all the floodgates will open up. But it doesn't necessarily work that way. So, okay, as promised, what I'm going to do is share with you some of my favorite content to cash flow tools. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about what it means to be productive, work quickly, make decisions, and see progress, also cash flow in your business. Okay. So, 5, really quickly. Number 1, you probably know this already, right? But when it comes to turning content to cash flow, one of my favorite platforms is Canva. You can do so much when it comes to creating PDFs, when it comes to creating micro videos, when it comes to creating clickable content. I love Canva. Canva is amazing. Number 1, I've created quite a few of my digital products using the Canva platform. Number 2, I love Google Docs. It's absolutely free. It's a great platform to use, especially if you find that you don't have access to Microsoft Word. But honestly, I feel like there's so much you can do on the Google Docs platform. I honestly use it more than Word. Number 2. And to be honest with you, as a web designer, as a graphics designer, I have in the last few years transitioned from using a lot of Photoshop and also using a lot of Word to using a lot more Google Docs, a lot more, as well as Canva. And these two are pretty much, I mean, they've got free, right, on them. You can do Google Docs for free. You can do Canva for free, even though Canva for Business is practically free, right? But those are two that resonate really, really for me. They work really well. Another particular platform that I absolutely love when it comes to content creation is the MP3 recorder app on my phone. I mean, it's Bay. When I'm ready to say something and share something, I quickly jump on, hit record, do my audio, put it into a digital package, and I'm like, here you go. Here's the information that's inside of me, right? So that's number three. It is practically free because it's one of those apps that you pay a little bit of money for, but then it's yours, right? No subscriptions, no huge, sign up. I mean, literally, I think it was less than $10 to get that MP3 recorder app, right? So there you go. Canva, Google Docs, MP3 recorder app. I absolutely love the Start Meeting platform. 9 times out of 10, when I'm leading webinars and teaching digital virtual classes or hosting my virtual conferences, I'm using the startmeeting.com platform to do that. And people spend lots of money, right, on platforms to host webinars or virtual events. And I do Start Meeting for practically nothing, right? That's for me, number 4 on this list. And then I would say number 5 for me on this list. By the way, I see you guys are coming in. Just want to check in and say, hey, hey, Asia Bird. Welcome, welcome, my dear. Welcome, welcome. Awesome to see you here. Hey, nice to see you guys. So the deal is I want to be able to, number one, share a few of these content to cash flow tools that I absolutely love, right? And I think that I've gone through about 4 of them with you so far. So Canva for everything. Canva, absolutely love my Google Docs, my MP3 recorder. Absolutely love Start Meeting, and Convertkit is also Bay because it's great for automation and for basically dripping out a lot of the courses and programs that I send out to my clients on a weekly or monthly basis. I love Convertkit for that. Now, what's also great about Convertkit, 2 things. Number one, they're kind of like beta testing and slowly releasing their new platform Commerce, which allows you to not only use Convertkit to build your list and to automate sending out virtual content to your audience, but now you can sell your digital products on the Convertkit platform. So it's like, what? Freaking amazing, right? And number 2, for me, I just honestly love the fact that ConvertKit easily integrates into a lot of my sales page platforms. So when people sign up, they can automatically get on my list and I can start to send them out their content immediately, whether that content be, again, programs or, courses or challenges that they sign up to. Okay. And I don't know if you know this, but now I think you can have up to 1,000 subscribers on a ConvertKit account absolutely free. So the first thing that I said to you today was 99.9%. And I think that this is so weird, okay? I said 99.9% of struggling entrepreneurs struggle with productivity because they're overthinking and underperforming, right? As I released that message today, it's actually a part of my Get More Done series. For those of you who are feeling like you're stuck and you want to get more done, write this down. MFFB. MFFB stands for Move Forward Faster Boss. So if you go to sizzlesense.com/MFFB, there you will see my Move Forward Faster Boss series, right? Which was the motivation behind me sharing this particular post. Now, I think that energetically, like-minded individuals, we at the same time have these ideas in mind that we share. And I say that because one of the entrepreneurs that I follow, you can find her on Instagram by regina.tv. She shared this message, and I think energetically it was just so on time. So she said, note 99.99%, which I think is hilarious because that's how I started my post, right? And I know that she does not know me. It's just that energetically we were really in sync here. She said 99.99% of the time, waiting until you can afford a specific tool or item is not what's going to make you successful. You can create content and serve people without that software item or purchase. Also note, you are not the exception to this 99.99% rule. It applies to you too. I think this is important because I always say to clients that at the end of the day, you could spend the money, or you could either spend the money or spend the time, right? And at the end of the day, sometimes people feel like they have to have the money to invest in some crazy expensive tools to have things magically work for them. And it's just not true. And I'm telling you that because the top tools that I use are pretty much free or practically free, right? And they work well for me. They help me bring in money and turn that content into cash flow, right? And I know that there are times when clients will come to me and they want to use this or that or this or that. And I'm like, you don't have, no offense, you don't have enough content yet. You're not bringing in enough cash flow yet to justify these tools that you think are going to work for you, but they're not. They're not. It's not simply about the tool. It's about you investing enough time in you and building up your community, building up your customer base to be able to see the results that you want. So I'm going to share this with you because Regina's post, again, I feel like was energetically so connected to what I wanted to share today. She says, I am still training my brain to walk this one out. I started blogging and video editing on my computer at the library because I couldn't afford my own yet. I didn't have or need fancy software to start a business. I needed to be of service and give people something they wanted and needed, and to have my tech life together enough to send out a PayPal invoice. That's it. So yesterday, I was considering between two purchases that I needed for my business. She says, one, yoga clothes so I could start recording some yoga videos, and two, a new iPad to replace my one that gave up on me so I could start recording more digital whiteboard videos. And then I remembered, nah, I'm not about that life where I get to lazily misplace my lack of action on something onto a lack of the right tools. You know exactly what she's saying. You probably said this before. I need this camera. I need this tool because when I get that, then I could dot, 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 dot. I could do all this amazing stuff like so-and-so. You've got this vision, right? But I can't do that stuff yet because I don't got the tools yet. Nah, because here's the deal. She said, you know what? And she's talking to herself. This is a personal note. She says, you won't record the yoga videos then if you're not recording them now. You won't start the business then if you're not starting it now. Fix the now with the very things you have, and then we can talk. Even if/when I can afford new tools, I don't ever want it to seep into the way I live and teach that we have to wait for new shit to do what's possible now. That's how they get us, right? That's how they get us. Thinking about, again, a lot of the tools that I use, I absolutely love, and they're practically free, right? And the reality is, I don't need really crazy costs, bells and flashy whistles things to work for me, and you don't either. So if you're in a place where you find yourself procrastinating because you're telling yourself you don't have this or that to move forward, I need you to know that you can grow with what you've got. Now, I do have some strategies on things that you can do to move forward faster, eliminating the, oh my gosh, I don't have the tech, eliminating the, oh my gosh, I don't have the skills, the techniques, all the complexities of what you think you need. You're overthinking and underperforming. That's just the reality, right? Now, again, feel free to take a look at some of the tools that I've talked about today, whether it be thinking about how you can use Canva more, Start Meeting more, using, Convertkit more, how you can use, an MP3 recorder to record your audios more, how you can use a platform like Convertkit to automate and send out your stuff virtually more, right? I want you to explore those tools because, again, they work for me and they're practically free. Most of them, they have a free level that you can use. And I want you to think about if you find yourself procrastinating and struggling to move forward because you're telling yourself you don't quite have the funds or the tools that you need or the team that you need, I need you to know that you can find a way or find an excuse, but you cannot do both, right? So find a way to use what you have to get what you need done today and then evolve accordingly, okay? So content to cash flow, I want you to know that if you would like to watch the Content to Cashflow webinar workshop experience and get your 5-step starter guide so you can start creating some first step starter guides for your audience, feel free to learn more over at www.citizens.com/CTC, which stands for Content to Cashflow, number 1. And number 2, if you find that you are a part of the 99.9% who struggle, right, with overthinking and underperforming, if you're struggling, if you're feeling stuck, if you need to move forward and learn how to make the most of what you have, right, so you can have a faster turnaround time. The Move Forward Faster Boss training is awaiting for you over at citizens.com/MFFB. Okay. So, hey, just want to check in with you guys again. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel free to email citizens@gmail.com if you have any questions. And again, I'm here to consistently share some things that you can do to work on, again, your money, your marketing, and your sales goals too. So as you know, for the last few days, I've all about been, sharing what all about it. I'm tongue-tied. For the last few days, I've been sharing everything that I want you guys to know about what it means to turn your content into cash flow. So of course, now, hopefully you can take some of these words of wisdom, run with it, and make some things happen. Till tomorrow, take care. And of course, don't forget to turn on alerts and notifications so you can see when I'm live, so you can jump on here live with me. Till then, my dears, take care.